Well, first of all, it feels like forever where we had a spring game. You know, we got here and thought we were going to have an off season, you know, and then went on spring break and got shut down. And next thing you know, okay, let's try the fall, practice for 11 days, and season got pushed to the spring. So we had a fall season in the spring. So, you know, felt awesome to come out and actually have an off season. You know, our kids actually had time in the weight room, running, getting in shape, laying a foundation for spring practice, and getting all 15 practices in and ending it with a spring game was just phenomenal. We stayed relatively healthy, and you know, the kids really grew. I had a lot of young guys out there that needed to gain some experience, and that happened for us.
Is this exactly where you thought your team would be after 15 practices?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of young guys, some work that we needed to find out about. We had some mid-year guys here, you know, that we needed to find out about, and then I think a lot of our veteran guys really grew in the leadership role with, you know, the exodus of, you know, we lost 18 seniors, so, you know, the exodus of those guys, we had some guys needed to step up in a leadership role, and I think we saw that, you know, throughout the spring.
How much impact will that have, losing those almost 24 seniors?
It's you know, it's tough when you lose guys. It's always tough, but you know, that's what football is. It's a next man up mentality. You know, you got to have guys, you know, that you recruit that are the guys that are going to go ahead and replace those guys, and we've had that. We've had guys step up. You know, guys that were redshirted last year, didn't play much last year. All of a sudden, you know, they're in the fray, and you know, they're taking on that challenge, and I think they've done a really nice job.
Tonight was the defense has stepped up, and normally the defense is ahead of the offense at this point. Is this what you thought you'd see out of your defense this evening?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of spring and training camp, you know, your defense is ahead of the offense. That's just the nature of the beast. And our offense really kind of had their way last time we were out here banging around, and you know, those guys over there remembered that, you know, on that side, and you know, so they came out with a little extra energy, I think, a little extra fire than the offense did.
Turnovers, or a bunch of them, was it concerning at all to see?
Yeah, you know, the interception, we'll have to see what happened. You know, I mean, you never know. Is it protection? Was it, you know, a misread coverage? You know, what was it? So I mean, you know, just with the ones early in the scrimmage, you know, that is you know, concern, that interception. But you know, again, we'll have to see what was the situation that led to that. But you know, it's good and bad. I mean, you can't lose in the spring game. You know, so I mean, you get turnovers, you're upset at the offense, but you're happy for the defense. You know, so we got to get that corrected. Got to secure the ball. But that is something we work with the defense on, is attacking the football and trying to create those turnovers.
Was there something specific you told this team before this game tonight that maybe helped in that motivation category?
No, same thing we always tell them, you know, and that's it. We want to make sure that we look different out here from a standpoint of we are not going to live in Hades out of each other, but then we're helping each other up. You know, that we are making sure we're playing the game hard, but we're playing it clean. You know, making sure we don't have any outside in low blocks, not leading with our head and shoulder, you know, all those kind of things, and protecting our teammates, which does prepare us also for, you know, getting in a game and playing really hard, but not getting personal fouls. So, you know, just that's what I just remind them of. You know, don't lose your head, you know, out here, because now it's got a couple fans and they're playing music, and it's the spring game. We need to be the same way we've been all year in practice.
You mentioned spring game. Now these guys get a little summer break. Hopefully they still have football on their minds, but what do you want to see from them when they return, and what do you want to see from them in the process before they come back?
Yeah, big thing is, you know, to finish strong academically. We got a study week and then a finals week. So, you know, we got guys that really need to make sure they finish well. And then, you know, last year I thought that was one of our things that we didn't do too well, was our 6 weeks off, so to speak, in the summer where it was voluntary. I didn't think we did a good job of attacking that. So when we got here in July, rather than build off the foundation of June, you know, we had to kind of scale it back. So that's one thing that we've talked about multiple times with our guys, is we got to do a better job when they get away from campus for a little bit before they come back.
In what ways are you motivating them to do a better job?
You know, Coach Medler's doing a heck of a job with that. He's kind of been working that with the guys all throughout, you know, this whole spring, as far as what they need to do when they go home, and showing them properly how to train. And we've had a bunch of guys also, which we didn't have in the past, where guys are trying to find jobs around here and stay here for June. Just go home for a couple weeks in May, and then stay here for June, and find a job, and you know, train with Coach Medler. You know, about 25, 30 guys. So that's different. That's good. That's good motivation. That shows you, you know, where their head is.
And overall, just final thoughts on another hopefully productive and good spring.
You know, just really pleased with the progress young guys made. really fortunate with injuries. You know, we only had a couple guys that we think are going to be okay. Still got one we got to kind of get evaluated, but I think we come out of the thing, you know, relatively healthy, and I think we gained a lot of experience with, you know, for some young guys that are going to need to help us.